Good evening, parents. This is Mr. Balcom. I have your student for both English 10 and this class, ALAS 10. So I get a lot of questions about what is ALAS 10 exactly, and why should my student think it's important. I hope that this short little video will explain that. So number one question I usually get first day of class is, why am I here? And as parents, we know why they're there. It's for this. These are pictures of former ALAS students on their graduation day. So you already know what you need to graduate, right? We already know, students know, they need 220 credits. In ALAS 10, you should get 10 credits over the year. In addition, you are being supported in English 10, so that's another 10 credits. That's 20 credits. Look at that. That's about 10% of what you need to graduate. To graduate, you need a GPA of 2.0 or better. Well, ALAS is mostly listening, speaking, and writing, mostly preparation for LPAC. It's a test they take as English language learners in February. So it should help them get their grade up. But most importantly, ALAS is designed to get your student redesignated. He or she probably wouldn't be in my class if they weren't already intermediate language learners. In other words, they're in the last step, they're L3s. If they get to L4s, they are eligible for getting out of the English language learner program. To do that, they have to also have a C or better in English. So this class helps them do both of those things. You wouldn't be in this class, I tell my students, if you didn't need credits, you didn't need help with your GPA, or you didn't need to get redesignated as fluent. So ALAS is an opportunity to get serious about their future. If they do envision, if they dream of the picture on the right, graduating as a Spartan senior, then basically the turnaround starts in ALAS 10. Last year, 78% of my 10th grade ELLs passed LPAC. LPAC is the test they take in February that you have to pass in order to be redesignated or move out of the English language learner program. Until you pass LPAC, you're always going to be taking 2 English classes, or you're going to be scheduled for after-school remediation. So I challenge my students, can you do better than my class last year? And as parents, this is what we're thinking about. We're thinking about after graduation. Are they prepared for the job market? Can they communicate in workplace English? Do they have the grammar to not make mistakes, on their job application? If a future employee is interested in your student, they will look at their high school transcript. And you do not want this question. What is ALAS 12? 12th grade ALAS. You graduated from high school and you're still learning English, and the answer might very well be this. They will tell you the company's employee manual's in standard English. Maybe it's too much of a risk. It's not worth taking a chance. All my emails are in standard English. You do not want, as a senior, to have the only test result in your senior year to be LPAC. So this is what employers want. They want biliteracy. They want students who can speak, write, listen in both Spanish and English. If they are employees of a company where English is standard English is the language of communication, then being literate in English is important. And here is what you get to prove it. It's called redesignation. Redesignation means my students can move out of English support or ALAS. They earn this certificate and then they're recognized as biliterate. So what does redesignation mean to your student? Well, it means that the school district declares that they're fluent in 2 languages. This is an amazing accomplishment. It is an honor. What does redesignation mean to your student? Well, you move into a regular English class. No more ALAS. Your graduation transcript shows that you passed English 12, not ALAS 12 in English 12. So here's our steps. We got 4 steps to redesignation, and we work on them daily in ALAS 10. Number 1 target, pass LPAC at a level 4. Right now, they're all 3s. The ideal would be all of them in February pass with a level 4 score. All of them in my class did not pass LPAC last February. So we're focusing on areas of concern where they can improve. So generally, I give them their results. There's a problem this year with the state of California. We got the gross results, we got the score, but we don't have the breakdown into the different domains. So there's a listening domain, a speaking domain, a writing domain, a reading domain. We don't have those scores yet. But when we look at them, we do know this, listening and speaking is always a problem. Right? And we do know this. In February, the test comes around again. And the criteria for getting out of the program means not just passage of that test, but a GPA of 2.0, a C or better in English, excuse me, and the passage of 1 common quarterly assessment with a grade above the district average. Target, pass LPAC, L4. We are still ELLs in this class, so we will take this test in February. We'll get the results back by late May. Then we'll know whether your student has been redesignated as fluent in 2 different languages. So LPAC replaces the old CELT, if you don't know, for this about the 3rd or 4th year for LPAC. So the old CELT was easy, this LPAC is not. It has some really difficult areas in terms of listening and speaking. And that always is a problem. Let's go to step 2. Let's talk about grades. So if they were in my classroom, we'd be looking at their transcripts. I do talk about GPA a lot. So most students in this class do not have the 2.0 required GPA. However, redesignation decision is influenced by your last semester's GPA. So we are not going to let an F hold us back, either from graduation or from redesignation. We're going to work to improve that GPA. And this is really important. If your GPA is below 2.0, that does not mean you are below 2.0. So I tell my students, you are not your GPA. Step 2 is redesignation and your GPA continued. So remember, ALAS plus English 10 equals 20 credits. That's a lot of credits that can be gained here. So I do expect my students to do well in this class. Step 2, redesignation and complete high school education. If they do get redesignated, they can replace the ALAS course that they have to take this year with an elective. So maybe they're in band, or maybe they're in ceramics, or maybe they're taking a class they enjoy. If they get redesignated, advisors won't be calling them to make up work in summer school. Redesignation in step 3 involves a C or better in English class. So if your student doesn't understand a concept or skill taught in my English class, we'll review and reteach it in ALAS 10. ALAS 10 will help your English 10 grade if you do the work, because it parallels English 10. Step 3 involves redesignation in your grade in English again. So we want a C or better in English. However, if we do not get a C or better in English, our students can be given a Solom assessment. That's me. I assess them based on their listening and speaking. So if they get a D in my class, we can get this step in redesignation satisfied through Solom assessment. Step 4, the last step, pass your third quarter common assessment with a C or better. And so I have 2 classes, ALAS 10 and English 10, in which to make that happen. So if they score at or above the district average, usually about 60% or higher, then that requirement for redesignation is complete. So the bottom line is to see your son or daughter graduate. We need to get them to do well in English. This is sobering. Did you know that in California, only 67% of those students who enter high school as an English language learner actually graduate from high school, the same high school? If in this class we learn speaking, writing, listening skills needed to get redesignated and fluent in English, this picture right here becomes a reality. So when we graduate, we will look back and say, in my sophomore year, I worked hard to improve my grade in English. I picked up 10 credits every semester. 1 5-credit course in ALAS, 1 in English. Total of 20 a year. I'm going to get redesignated as fluent and prepare for life after high school. And that is why you're here. That's what I tell my students. Of course, as parents, we want success in the workplace. They do too, they just don't know it. Let's work for 1 period, 1 year. Let's work hard. If we get the speaking, writing, and listening skills needed to succeed on LPAC, they're the same skills that will be needed to succeed in the workplace. This is another sobering fact. In Imperial County, 48% of all teenagers 18 and above are unemployed. That's the students who actually are seeking employment. Almost half of all our teenagers can't find a job, 18 and above. So if you're talking about ALAS 10, we've got quite a bit of work to do here. Number 1, get your son or daughter redesignated. And number 2, make sure they do well in English. So I hope you've enjoyed this tour of ALAS 10. Again, my name is Steve Balcom. You can reach me at 1-760-336-4378. Or better yet, at sbalcom@mycuhsd.org. Look forward to hearing from you.